Welcome back to the RC Wrench Bench. Bag 6, Step 3 of the RC10SC7 build, which is installing the differential in the gearbox, installing the camber mount on the gearbox, and also the D mount. It looks like that doesn't actually screw in or anything, but kind of rests in there. All right, so they included an aluminum camber link mount, which is great. You need two 2mm spacers on each of those ball studs, which seems like a lot, but if they say so, I'm sure they've got it figured out. All right, and that's going to go in the center hole of the 3 options that are available. Again, in the center hole. I was concerned there wouldn't be much thread going into the body of the mount, but there is. All right, we got that on there first, and then we will be, I guess we're going to put the gearbox in next. The gear diff in next. So for that, we're going to install the bearings. I don't know that it makes a huge difference. When I install bearings, I typically, if they have the seals, the rubber seals, I usually mount them in the outward position. I don't know that it really makes a difference. All right, and then we are installing the diff height adjustment. We're running on carpet, so we're going to run the diff in the upper position. Sometimes that seems like it might be counterintuitive. And then after we get that in there, we're going to use a little bit of grease to make sure the gearbox runs smoothly. And I think they included some grease. I do like the XRAY grease in my gearboxes, so I think I've got enough of this. I can squeeze a little more out. And you don't need hardly any at all. Maybe I don't have enough left in this to... There we go. I think that's the end of that little tube. I'm not sure I like how that feels to me. It feels like a little bit too much resistance, but we'll install the rest of it and see how that feels afterwards. I guess we'll install this first. Oh, I see that sandwich is in there. There we go. Okay, that makes sense. There we go. There we go. Well, that already feels better. So the Camberlink mount is kind of sandwiched in between the bottom gearbox and that top piece there. On the front side of the gearbox, it looked like it wasn't perfectly lined up. I'm hoping that through tightening up the rest of those. Oh yeah, that's good. There we go. Oh yeah, that'll free up no problem over time. All right. So the D block, we're going with the center. Good. And there's a corresponding notch and a corresponding spot there. So that's not actually screwing into the gearbox. That is just going to rest there, I suspect, until we mount it to the chassis. So there we go. One complete gearbox minus the slipper.